Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? It is your girl, Yoziva in Knowledge. Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my subscribers. Again, I want to thank all of my ladies, as well as all of my guys. I thank each and every one of y'all again for supporting my brand, supporting my movement, being subscribers of my channel. Again, I want to definitely take this time to appreciate each and every one of you. So anyhow, I didn't want to waste too much time in doing this particular content, but I thought it was imperative that I discuss this because this morning I was on Facebook and I stumbled across a young lady who is the mother of 3 and realizes how hard it is being a single mother. And she stated that she was 29 years old and she was wondering where her future husband was. And I thought that was quite interesting. What's up, Amari? What's up, everybody entering the chat? I thought it was interesting. And this has not been the first time I've seen single mothers who wait after 2, 3, 4 kids later and realize they need a husband and realize they should be married, or realize that being a single mom is not all that it's cracked up to be. A lot of women are making the fatal mistake of choosing a baby daddy first and then wanting a husband later. A lot of women are doing this and they are paying the price. Now, first off, let me start off by saying this content is to not knock single mothers or criticize single mothers, but it is going to speak the truth on single mothers. And I get it. Truth is like medicine. It's nasty, but at the same time, it's good for you. And it's this, and in this day and age, Black women, we have no more room for failure. Black women, we have no more room for failure. We cannot afford any more fuck ups at this point because we're already limited in choices out here. We can't afford to not take accountability at this point. We cannot afford to make excuses. We cannot afford to have empathy and sympathy stories. Black women, we have to make better choices. We have no more room for failures, fuck ups, and excuses. We don't have no more room for it. at this point, because what's happening is we the ones who end up with the short end of the stick. Okay, we are already the ones, as far as society is considered, as being at the bottom of the totem pole. So therefore, when you already know you are at the bottom of the totem pole, the last thing we could afford to do is to keep making bottom bitch shelves choices. Bottom shelf bitch choices. That's what I'm trying to say. Bottom shelf bitch choices. In other words, you making choices that's automatically going to put you to the bottom. Okay? And whenever you aim to be a baby mama instead of a wife, not to say that being a wife is going to make your life perfect, that you're going to meet such a wonderful husband, a wonderful man, but I'm talking about women who want a husband 3-4 children later. Now, if you're happy being a single mom, what's up, Cartier, Indigo Kid, everybody who's into it? If you're happy being a single mother, then do you. If you're doing it on your own and you're not bitching, you're not moaning, you're not complaining, you handling your business, you working 3-4 jobs, taking care of your kids, then this content is not for you. I'm talking about the single mothers who 3, 4, 5, 6 kids later realize they want a husband. If the shoe don't fit, then don't wear it. But you wait till 3, 4 kids later and realize you should be married. Now, how is this fair to the next dude who didn't create these responsibilities for you and with you? How is it fair to him? And you have a lot of women who wait 4 kids later to realize, oh, I should be married. Oh, I should be a wife by now. Because the truth of the matter is, what a lot of women don't want to be transparent about, and I'm about to do that right now, we're going to take off the panties and the bra. We're going to get butt naked with the truth in here. Because as Black women, we cannot afford to keep lying to ourselves and try to make the struggle of the single mother sound glamorous. Because it's not. Being a single mother does not make you a hero. Now, again, I will not say that you should be ashamed to be a single mother, that you should feel bad. But what I'm saying, for those of you who are single moms, 4 or 5 kids later, now you want a husband, these are the ones that I have an issue with. Being a single mom is not easy. Don't let any of these females come on YouTube make it seem glamorous. Like, I love being a mom. I love being a daddy. I don't need nobody. I can do it all by myself. These same women who sit up here and say that are the same ones who are miserable behind closed doors. And these are the same women, when times get hard, they will call every man they ever screwed and had sex with unprotectedly deadbeats. Which brings me to my next question. As you see, I have this post up here. If your baby daddy ain't shit, what qualifications did he meet to get the you know what in the first place? I've been asking this question, and I have not gotten a straightforward answer, and I will never get a straightforward answer. As a woman, you can't look at a dude and tell he ain't gonna be shit as much as far as father material. You can't tell. As women, we have the gift of what's called intuition. God blessed women with the gift of intuition, which means you should be able to smell bullshit from a mile away. And if you don't, it's because either you desperate, you thirsty, or you lonely. Amari, we need to wrap it up basically because we ain't going to stop people from having sex. I agree. Single mothers on GoFundMe needing help with the PP loan. It's terrible. It's terrible. Again, as a woman, you should be able to size a dude up and know. I've met some dudes in my past before I got married, and I knew just by the vibe, the demeanor, his attitude, the way he carried himself, I said, there is no way I'm going to make this clown my baby father. There's no way I'm going to put my vagina in this dude's future. It's not going to happen. And the problem with women is we have not been selective about who we give our vaginas to. And then when we're the ones left holding the bag, when we're the ones left having to walk those miles alone, now we want to call the men deadbeats. Now we want to play the victim, when in actuality, you knew what you was getting into before it happened. At the end of the day, as a woman, when you and the man decide to become intimate together, in other words, you and this man, y'all in your bedroom, on your rent center furniture, wherever y'all decide to conceive a child on and have sex. Right at that moment, what women have to realize is your vagina is a powerful weapon. Your own vagina could literally fuck you up if you don't use your vagina correctly. I'll repeat this again to all my women. The vagina is a powerful weapon. And it's very imperative that you have discretion when you decide who to give your weapon to. When you and the man decide y'all are going to be intimate, I'm not even going to use that word because that's too nice. Intimate is for husband and wives. When you and the man decide to have sex, when y'all decide to fuck, when he pulls his pants down and you pull your panties down and you spread your legs open and you allow this man to climb on top of you and insert his penis into your vagina, you have basically given him full access to your womb, which also gives him full power to your future. Because basically, once you open your legs, you open your womb, you give this man full privilege to be the father of your child, especially when there's not a condom on his penis, and especially when you don't have any birth control in your system regulating his sperm from entering your fallopian tubes. Amari, I agree. And that's just why I spoke on that. And I've always preached that. Women, we have the power when it comes to our vaginas. We choose the father. The fathers don't choose us. We choose the fathers. Unless you were raped, held at gunpoint, the woman always has the upper hand when it comes to choosing who the father of her child will be. Women, when it comes to your vagina, You are the owner of that vagina. A lot of women are not taking full ownership of their vagina. They don't protect their vagina. And they're not being selective about who they give their vagina to. And the reason why it's very imperative that women be selective about who they open their womb to, because if you choose the wrong man, if you allow the wrong man to ejaculate inside of you, this man most likely will become the father of your child. And every time I ask women this question, if your baby daddy ain't shit, what qualifications did he meet to get the you know what in the first place? I've been getting the same answer, and it never fails. He changed. That's the answer that I keep getting. He changed. So you mean to tell me you did not see not one thing, nothing about him stood out? You didn't see nothing about him in which you should have known this man is not going to be good father material for my child. But the biggest mistakes, what's been causing a lot of women to make bad choices in picking the father of their children, for one, you have a lot of young women that are becoming mothers. Basically, you have women under the age of 16 who are becoming mothers. When you are a young woman and you have not given yourself a chance to fully develop into womanhood, in other words, you didn't give yourself enough chance to experience life, to experience dating different men, to experience learning men. 9 times out of 10, if you have a child under the age of 18, you're not going to pick a good man to be the father of your child, because at that age, you are emotionally underdeveloped. Most young women under the age of 17, they make the dumbest decisions when it comes to choosing a father for their child. Now, this is not to say women over 40 don't make bad decisions, because I've known women over 30 who know better, who already had children from bums, only to get knocked up and still have children from more bums. So I'm not saying it's just the women under 18 that are making dumb decisions when it comes to choosing the father of their child. But what I'm saying is the chances of picking the wrong man to father your child is higher when you are under the age of 17, because you don't know shit. You don't know what to look for when it comes to choosing a man. And the problem is women who are getting pregnant is because they want to. We have way too many options out there to get pregnant. If a woman is going around here having 3-4 kids get pregnant every year, it's because she wants to. If she's a single mother and she's on her 6th child, her 8th child, it's because she wants to be. Even the government, if you're getting food stamps, you're getting Medicaid, your government assistance does cover birth control. So let me tell you something. These same females that's getting food stamps, that's getting Section 8 housing, that's getting all of this governmental assistance, they also get Medicaid because their children are getting Medicaid. Medicaid does cover birth control. So if you got a single mom with 6 or 7 kids, it's because she wants to have those 6-7 kids. What's up, Titan? There's no excuse on this planet for a woman to keep getting pregnant. If she's consistently, if you meet a young woman who's getting pregnant every year, it's because she wants to get pregnant every year. She doesn't have to. So all that, when they want to play dumb and play crazy, they don't know how, they keep getting pregnant. They know how. They know exactly how. So my thing is, the reason why a lot of us as Black women, we end up making the worst decisions when it comes to picking a father of our children, because like I said, the first issue is you are under the age of 17, which means you have not fully transpired into a woman. A lot of young Black women under the age of 17, they usually pick the wrong candidates to be the father of their children. Because for one, when you young, you dumb. And you're not being selective in what you need to look for and what type of Negroes you need to avoid when it comes to having a child. Because when you're under 17, you're not really thinking about stuff like finances. You're not really thinking about stuff like, does this Negro already have multiple children from other women? You don't think about stuff like that. Okay, so what ends up happening is you end up picking dudes to get pregnant from because simply he looks good. You have a lot of young women who intentionally get knocked up from young guys simply because he look good. Because he looks good, they know they're going to have a cute baby. Or a lot of young women, they get knocked up too because the man they want, they know belongs to someone else. So what better way to try to get a man by intentionally getting pregnant from him? You have some women, when they get desperate, they do desperate things. When they get desperate, they do desperate things. When you want a man so bad, and you want to be with this man so bad, and he's clearly not giving you that same gratitude like he wants to be with you like that, these women will still go and get knocked up from men who have intentionally shown them that they are not feeling them like that. A lot of women are doing that, and they're paying a price for it. But these are the same women that will turn around and cry victim. These are the same women that will turn around and call a Negro a deadbeat. They get pregnant from dudes they know who don't love them, who don't care about them, who don't respect them, who don't want to be with them. He's already showing you his true colors before you even get pregnant from him. He's not even a good boyfriend. But yet, this is the same dude you'll turn around and make your baby daddy. He wasn't dependable as a boyfriend. But you want him so bad, or you so afraid that you're not going to get nobody else, you get knocked up by him anyway, because a piece of man is better than no man at all. What's up, Miss Sassy? What's up to everybody entering the chat? Nerly says, good morning, everybody. If you want to be sexual, please use common sense. Please head to your OBGYN and talk to them about all type of birth control first, then proceed to healthy sex. Absolutely. That's all they have to do. But as I was stating, as women, you are the owners of your vagina. Your vagina is your property. Like those of us who are homeowners, if you own a home, you are responsible for the property of that home, which means you have to pay the taxes on it, which means you have to maintenance that lawn, keep your yard in compliance. You are responsible for your property. And I am getting annoyed with black women not taking ownership of their vagina, which is their property. If you don't respect your property, how do you expect these Negroes to respect your property? Your vagina is your property. That's your property. You own that. Like if you own a home, you decide who comes on that property. You decide who you give access to your property when you are the homeowner. You decide if you are the homeowner and you have a gate to your property, you get to decide who you allow to enter that gate and not enter that gate. Women, you are the owner of your vagina. Your vagina is your property. You decide who has access to that. So if you got knocked up from a bum ass dude, guess what? That's the nigga you granted access to your property, which is your vagina. If you get pregnant from a dude who already has multiple baby mamas, you don't mind being baby mama number 3, mama number 4, baby mama number 5. Guess what? You signed up for that. You have to look at it this way. When, as a woman, whenever you open your legs and you let a man into your vagina unprotectedly, you basically have signed a lifetime contract with this Negro. Which means he's going to be in your life for the rest of your life, whether you want him to be or not. And it's very unfortunate that a lot of women do not take the proper means to protect themselves from getting knocked up by these type of clowns. And then when the consequences become too big, you want to yell, niggas ain't SHIT. My baby daddy is a deadbeat. But that's who you chose. Out of all the men you could have chose on this planet, that's who you chose. Exactly. Cartier says, Pookie don't have $20 but get free sex. And you got a lot of women, they are letting these low common denominator dudes come to their Section 8 apartments and smash. These dudes don't even have to put gas in your car, and you let them smash. He already got 3, 4 other women knocked up, and you baby mama number 5, and then some of y'all have the audacity, you'll get knocked up from the same bum-ass dude more than once. He disappointed you with the first child, and you go right back around, and you get pregnant again. Dumb decisions is what's costing Black women. It's costing us when we allow desperation to sink in, when we feel like we can't do no better. We feel like we getting old, we get up in our age, we got to take what we can get. It's costing us. What's up, Jay Shine? You pick up these low-value men, and then you get disappointed when they end up being deadbeats. They end up being low common denominators, male incels. And the bad part is, now you want a husband. You looking for a cleanup man. And believe it or not, you have some dudes that are wifing some of these women. They are picking up women. I knew a dude who picked up a woman who was already pregnant and carrying a child. And he wifed her anyway. So as much as these dating coaches be on Facebook telling men, be on YouTube telling men to stay away from these type of women, don't wife these type of women, it's a lot of square dudes that are picking these women up, that are becoming janitors. They don't mind being a cleanup man. You have some dudes, they don't mind being a cleanup man. Now, like I was saying, but it's not many, but you do have some. But the problem is, you have a lot of us as women who aim to be a baby mama first. And then when a single mother struggle gets hard, now we want a husband. After you done got your little 15 minutes of fame being pregnant, posting all your pregnancy photos and your ultrasound on Facebook for the world to see. Then you had your single mother struggle baby shower. Your single friends Your single mama friends, all of them showed up to the baby shower, bringing dollar store gifts. Just your family there. Cause you ain't even been with this dude like that. So his family, I've gone to some baby showers and I already see the dysfunction before the child is even born. And I know I'm not the only person on this planet who has gone to a baby shower. You already see the goddamn dysfunction before it starts. You go to the baby shower, you only see the single mother and her family and her friends. He ain't even there. The baby daddy ain't there. The baby daddy people ain't there. All these single mother struggle baby showers. And I'm like, okay, where is his side of the family? The baby father, he's not even present at the baby shower. So you already see the dysfunction before the child is even brought into the world. I see more single mothers having baby showers together without the father even being present. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is not supposed to be. But the problem with the single mother culture, we have learned to normalize it. We having baby showers, only our mama there, our sisters there, our family there. The baby daddy, he ain't there. His family ain't there. Because you know why? There was no real connection to begin with. You can tell when a child has been brought into the world the right way. You'll see all the love in it. You'll see all the support in it. You'll see the baby father there. You'll see the baby father mama there. You'll see the baby father there. You'll see that child has so much love and support when a child is brought here the right way. When you do shit half-ass, the child gets half-ass support. You randomly getting knocked up from Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray, his family not going to be there because they don't even know you. And then it's another thing. I know a lot of sisters that are having children from men whose families don't even like them. I know a lot of women who have had to have baby showers alone, couldn't even invite their baby daddy people because the baby daddy people don't even like her. Y'all having babies from Negroes who got family who don't even like you, who don't even respect you. And guess who get cheated? It's the child. The child gets cheated not knowing the other grandmama on the baby daddy side, not knowing the aunts, the uncles, because none of the family don't like you like that. Either they don't like you because you always been a bitch or disrespectful to them, or they just don't know you. They don't know you because you just another random baby mama. But see, this is an uncomfortable, touchy subject that a lot of women don't like to talk about. I'm seeing more single mother baby showers than I'm seeing women who are actually married or in relationships. I see more single mother baby showers. Nobody there but her single friends that are single mothers like her, or just her mama, her sisters, her family. Where is the baby daddy? Where is the baby daddy family? Why only your family at the baby shower? What's up with that? These are the issues that a lot of single mothers, they get offended when you ask these type of questions because they really can't give you an answer. They can't really explain and tell you why. Then when it's time to give birth and they go to the hospital to have these babies, they go in labor, They posting 1,000 pictures of the baby, but you don't see the baby daddy nowhere in the picture. Where he at? Yeah, Cartier, all these gender reveal, all women. Am I the only one? Let me ask everybody in the chat. Am I the only one who notices there's a lot of women that are having baby showers and gender reveal baby showers, and there's no men, there's no father, nowhere present? Like I said, then when they go to the hospital and they actually give birth to these babies, you see 1,000 pictures of the newborn, but I'm like, okay, where's the baby daddy? Where he at? He ain't nowhere in the hospital. So you basically went through this birth all by yourself. And let me tell you something. That's the worst predicament a woman could put herself in. How this Negro, he busting you while y'all was having sex, and now that you about to have his child, he ain't nowhere around. He ain't there to hold your hand. He ain't there to be present with you to experience such a beautiful moment that you'll never get back. He ain't there. How you go in these hospitals, giving birth to these children, seeing other women with their husbands, other women with their companions, standing by their side, and you by yourself. I don't care how strong of a woman you are, shit like that will break you mentally and spiritually. I don't damn that strong black woman bullshit. Little stuff like that will break you. Women, we are very fragile emotionally anyway. You can't tell me shit like that don't tear you up when you have to go and give birth to these babies and your baby father ain't nowhere around. That's rough. I was having my child for the first time. That was a very scary thing because I did not know what it was going to be like, what the experience was going to be like. But the only fortunate part was I was not by myself when I had to experience that. And it's so sad that a lot of women, what y'all not understanding is you cheating yourself and you cheating your child when you have children from these bum ass Negroes. Some of y'all babies, and I hate to say this, some of y'all babies never felt the presence of a man even holding them during their newborn stage. You had to do all the holding, all the nurturing, because you was the only one there. He wasn't. Women, we have to make better choices when it comes to who we choose as the fathers of our children. You done been in labor, 10, 15 hours after your body done experienced trauma, because labor is a bitch. Labor to me was like a damn near-death experience. I wanted to roll over and die. I wanted to cross over and be with the Lord when them labor pains started kicking in. What's up, Miss Leah? So adorable. Even on YouTube, the post pictures of single mothers with no fathers. That's what I know, Cartier. All the time. Why are black women, why do we love to glamorize the struggle when y'all know behind closed doors, y'all are really hurting behind having to do it all by yourself? What's up, Double C? Yeah, Jay Shine, I ain't lying. Listen, I would rather have a goddamn root canal than to get labor pain. That shit no joke. And unfortunately, Amari, we're not leading. We're not leading because we are letting anybody enter our vaginas. And then when the outcome don't turn out right, we don't want to take accountability. We want to say we are the victim. We the victim. He's a deadbeat. We don't want to own anything. I think I've only heard in my lifetime, I've heard 2 black women admit to me and say, you know what? I knew he was a bum ass nigga. I should have known better. I think only 2 women out of 8,000 admitted that to me personally. 2 women told me I knew he was not shit and I chose him anyway. The rest of them, he changed. He wasn't like that when I met him. Only 2 admitted they knew dude was a bum and got pregnant anyhow. Exactly, Jay Shine. Men are not responsible for womanhood. Very good word. I'ma steal that. Ladies, your womb is your responsibility. You let Pookie, Ray Ray, JJ, you grant them access to the vagina. Knowing the dude was already a bum. He didn't even want to put gas in your car. A lot of y'all got knocked up from dudes who showed y'all from the jump that they wasn't worth nothing. First of all, if I got to go pick a dude up to give him some, that's already a bad sign. I got to pick you up, bring you to my house for you to lay me. That's a bad sign. I know females picking dudes up to give them some. This is the world we are living in. Negroes ain't even got to have their own car. They ain't even got to find their own way to a woman to get some. She'll pick them up. Absolutely. And I've always stressed that the reason why women, we have to be more careful and not choosing the wrong man to father our child, because by nature, we are the receivers. Men are the depositors, but we are the receiver. Which means when a man ejaculates in your body, he leaves behind not only his sperm that's going to rest in your body for a couple of days. Not only will he leave his fluids inside of you that's going to be there for up to 2 to 4 days, but he's also going to leave his spirit in you as well. How do you think we building all these soul ties? And being a single mother, there's a lot that you go through with your children, because the truth is a lot of y'all are having children from men who you don't know. You don't know their history. You don't know the mental illnesses in their family. It's a lot of women are not taking the time to do their research. Sometimes your children come here with problems. Your children come here with behavioral issues. Your children have issues that you can't comprehend and can't understand because you got impregnated from a man not knowing his history, not knowing his hereditary issues, not knowing anything about his background. Because believe it or not, everybody's DNA does not mix well with one another's. That's why you can't go around letting all type of dudes smash you raw. And the same thing with you guys. You can't walk around here knocking up all type of females because you don't know the mental illnesses in that broad. You don't know the dysfunction. You don't know her well enough to know if she was to have a child from you, what kind of problems that child could possibly have. But at the end of the day, women, we are the ones that hold the majority of the responsibility. Because again, We're the ones who have to carry that child for 9 months. That's why women, I always say at the end of the day, the majority of it will be our fault. Because you have the power to decide who you're going to grant access to your womb. You choose that. Yes, Jay Shine. And that's true. Women back then, grandmothers, great grandmothers, took pride in their womb. They just didn't let Earl, Willie, and Otis hit it. Miss Pearl had all her grand from Mr. Otis, and that was it. Willie, James, Charles. And it amazes me today how some of these sisters on YouTube will discourage women from marriage and tell them they're wasting their time being married. Okay, so you would rather make these sisters think it's okay to just get knocked up randomly from anybody? It's okay to just strive to be a single mom and not strive to be a wife. My thing is this: if you don't want to be a wife, that's fine, but don't strive to be a single mama either. If you don't want to marry nobody, okay. If you feel like marriage is not worth investing into, okay, I can understand that. You want to be a single woman and just live your best life and travel with your girlfriends and own your own businesses or whatever. I can respect that. But I have a problem when black women tell other black women it's okay, you can do it by yourself. The truth is, no black woman should put her in a position where she has to do it by herself. Now, if you and a man made a mutual agreement and he lied to you and he reneged, that's different. But if you intentionally sitting up here getting knocked up from these men, hoping they'll be there playing Russian roulette with your womb, only to find out you thought you was going to trap him, but you trapped yourself in the process and it backfired. Because let's not act like women don't do that type of shit. I've known women who knew the man was not feeling them. The man didn't want to be with them. And instead of them protecting their vagina, if you're going to screw him, let's say if he got some good wood and you're going to have sex with him, but you knew the guy didn't want no future with you like that. He didn't want to be with you like that. Least you could have did was get the wood, but covered yourself in the process. You got women out here who have had men display and prove to them that he did not want her, and yet she still put herself in a position to get pregnant from him, and yet she's going around lying and telling everybody he's a deadbeat, but she knew who the hell he was before she got pregnant from him. And it's a lot of sisters out here right now. It's a sister somewhere right now as we speak, letting the man smash her back out knowing he don't want her. And she's smashing him right now. And I guarantee you, when she gets pregnant, 6-9 months, she's going to call him the deadbeat. It happens all the goddamn time. There's a woman somewhere right now letting a dude smash, and he won't even put gas in her Toyota Corolla. It's a female letting a dude smash right now, and he ain't even helping paying the bills. It's a female letting a dude smash right now, and he already got 4-5 other baby mamas, getting ready to make her baby mama number 6. A lot of you women, y'all are letting dudes smash y'all right now who done already proved, who already said they don't want to be with you like that. Hold on. As I stated, when the single mother struggle gets hard, that's when they realize they want to be married. I'm seeing women on Facebook, the same ones who claim they don't care about marriage. They don't care. They happy to be single moms. They don't need no man. See, they said all that shit in the initial beginning because it was cute at the time. But then you find out over time, even being a single mother is not enough of fulfillment in just being a single mother. It's not enough to fulfill you. This is not to say that you shouldn't love your child. This is not to say that you should be ashamed of the fact that you had a child. But let's face it, being a single mother is not all of what it's cracked up to be. And I wish Black women would stop glamorizing the struggle like it's not that bad. Yeah, it's fun. It's okay at first, but then you realize, okay, yeah, you have children and you love your children, but now you want a companion. I've seen women do this and it backfires all of the time. First, they be proud to be a single mom. Oh, I love my kids. It's just me and my kids. I don't need no one else. I don't mind being mama and daddy. I don't need no man. I don't need nobody. They say that in the beginning, but then months down the line, when they see that being a single mom is not fulfilling them enough, it's not fulfilling their happiness but so much. Now you see them posting selfies on Facebook, posting Insta-skank photos, trying to lure a man into desiring them. You know why? Because being a single mother does not fulfill you. And even if you're getting child support, it's nothing like having your own male companion. It's nothing like having a man that's there to help you with your child, and he's being a hands-on father. When you tired, you ain't got to call and beg him. When you gonna see little JJ? When you gonna get little Ray Ray? Your man is in your house with you. You tired? Here, go to your daddy. He can keep the child for a while you take a nap because y'all under the same household. He can take the child with him for ice cream or something because y'all have a family. You just don't have a child from him. Y'all actually have a family. People, these single mothers can say what they want to say, but it's so much more advantages when you have a child from a man you have a commitment with versus a man you only simply just had a child from. There's a major difference. And women don't think about stuff like that. You got single mothers who got to beg and run the father of their children down just to get them for a weekend so they can get a break. But see, this is the part that a lot of Black women that are single mothers, they don't be honest about. They want to brag on how happy they are being single mothers, but when they are tired and they need a break and they need some downtime, because I don't care how much you love your children, children will wear your ass out. Being a single mother gets exhausting. So the single moms, y'all can miss me with the y'all don't never get tired. Y'all gets tired. Children will wear you out. And it doesn't make you a bad woman. My one child used to wear me out. Even though I'm married to her father, but I had times when I was able to get that alleviation because I could drop my child off to my mother-in-law, to my husband people. Then I had my mom. I had all the support where people was willing to help me with my child. A lot of y'all, let's face it, a lot of us as black women, a lot of us don't get a lot of support. That's why a lot of y'all walk around here with attitudes, you angry, you pissed off, you hating the world, because really you put yourself in a position where you got to do a lot of shit by yourself. And it's wearing you out. All that trying to be strong and pretend that you strong and nothing don't bother you, it will break you down eventually. What's up, Poetic Cows, to my big sis out there? Love you, girly. Yeah, Amari says, you don't need, let me put that there. You don't need a man until your mama dies and the baby's sick at the same time. Your car breaks down and the bills are due at all at once. Exactly. When as single mothers, when you get cornered, when shit start piling up on you, the bills are overdue, you done fell out with your mama because you wouldn't share some of your stimulus check all them times she kept little JJ for you. You don't get along with your baby daddy. You don't get along with your baby daddy people. That's really why a lot of black women are stressed out and be having attitudes and bitter and snapping all the goddamn time, because we got too much stuff on our plate. And a lot of that we brought upon ourselves. Jay Shine says, my sister had a 1-year-old. She called me last week to vent and she helped. Kids are stressful. A lot of single mothers ain't going to admit it. Having children versus having a family is not the same thing. When you have a family, there's more support, meaning you're not doing it all by yourself. You got your husband people, then you got your people. Your child gets the best of both worlds. I know a lot of single mothers who got kids that from men, and they kids don't even know they baby daddy side of the family, because you was a random or you were just a chick he was smashing. So your child can't really connect with the other half because there was really not a deep connection with you and the father in the first place. And see, this is another thing that a lot of women aren't understanding. When you are randomly having children from men who you don't have a solid bond with, y'all didn't have a real connection, there was no real love, it was just lust. The child was not planned. It was not something y'all both agreed upon. It's something that happened in the heat of the moment. You already cheat your child from the start. The child is going to be conceived in a half-ass situation because it wasn't solid to begin with. And this is what displeases me when it comes to black women. Y'all will have children from niggas that's not even solid with you from the jump. And then when the child gets here, you want these niggas to break down and submit and be solid. It's not going to work like that just because you have a child from them. You didn't know this man. Y'all didn't have no real love, no real marriage, no real connection. But yet you want a man to be a real father. He wasn't even a real companion. Most men that are real fathers, they started off as real companions. They started off as real husbands. They started off as dependable, reliable companionship. But what tends to happen is women will do stuff backwards. And then when the outcome comes out, then they want to try to change the shit and make it better. You should have made it better from the start before you even had the child. If you and the man did not already have a solid connection, y'all didn't have a solid commitment, what makes you think he's going to commit to the child? Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it. Women pull this stunt all the time and want to play the victim when the outcome don't work out in her favor. Then you want to call a man the deadbeat. But guess what? For every deadbeat man, there's a deadbeat woman. I'm not about to have a child from a man who won't even connect with me as his wife, as his woman, as his companion. I don't want a child from a smash and pass ass dude. Y'all are having children from dudes that's been smashing and passing, just keep smashing you and passing you, not trying to wife you, not trying to love you, not trying to care for you, not trying to see about you. Just been straight smashing. And y'all leave y'all womb vulnerable to these type of dudes. And then you want to go around here talk about, all niggas ain't shit. My baby daddy a deadbeat. But that's what you chose. A lot of times, women, we know what it is. You know what it is. You want to make a smash and pass dude. You want to make him a faithful father. Are you serious? You want to make him a full-time father. A lot of women, y'all try to make full-time. Let me tell y'all ladies something. Y'all would make part-time Negroes full-time fathers. I could never understand that shit. I still can't understand it. I don't understand it. He wasn't even a full-time man. He wasn't even your full-time man, your full-time companion. But you want him to be a full-time father. I could never understand that. As I stated, black women, we don't have room for failure. We're getting older. We're hitting our 40s. It's too late in the game to be making dumbass decisions. We can't afford it anymore. We cannot afford it. And then the worst part is your child gets cheated. And you know what the bad part is? The part that displeases me, a lot of women, y'all are not going to be honest with your child about how they got here. You're not going to be honest and tell the truth. You're going to program, you're going to tell your child the version that makes him or her hate the father. You're not going to be honest. You're not going to tell the whole truth. You're going to tell the part that makes you look good. You're going to lie to the child. You're not going to tell your child, your daddy was a smash and pass. I was just letting him smash me, and he kept passing me while he was smashing me. And yet I still chose him to be your father. I had other choices, but I chose him, the smash and pass dude. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be honest and tell our children the whole truth. We're going to lie and tell the children the part that makes us look good. Basically, your father ain't shit. Your father's a deadbeat. You're going to run with that same lie and same narrative. You're going to push that same narrative until that child gets old enough to understand that you was the deadbeat too. Because eventually, when children get older, they put two and two together. You may manipulate your child right now and make the father look like the ain't shit dude. But as that child gets older, and they clearly get to see things for what they are, they will see you as the problem parent as well. Mommy chose a smash and pass dude to be my daddy. Now my daddy don't want no parts of me because really I wasn't supposed to be here. A lot of children are getting cheated out of fathers because honestly, a lot of women, y'all have chosen to have y'all children in malicious ass ways. And when the child gets here, it backfires. Now, true indeed, yes, men are supposed to protect themselves. Yes, indeed, men as fathers should do their part. But as a woman, I'm not even about to put myself in a position where I got to beg a man to give a fuck about my child, because I'm going to make sure he gives a fuck about me and loves me and wants me, so I don't have to beg him to be there for a child. If he wants me and loves me, his love is going to naturally flow to my child. What's up, T. Smith? How you doing, Queen? A man naturally loves you. You don't have to hunt him down. He's going to be there because he wants to be. Not because you did some slick shit, manipulative bullshit. Now you want him to be an instant daddy. Because you pull something slick and sneaky. Up here lying, oh, I can't get pregnant. I'm on birth control. Up here lying, knowing you're not protected. Making a man feel safe to go raw with you, knowing you lying and you not being for real. Thank you, Jay Shine, for the $10 donation. Mocha did it again. How you going to turn a part-time ninja into a full-time father? And we do this all the time. If you want a man to have a solid connection with the child, he has to first have a solid connection with you. And again, a lot of women, y'all are having children from men who been ain't doing you right, who been ain't treating you right. He was an asshole way before you even got pregnant from him. Why you decide to get pregnant from him, I don't understand it. He was an ain't shit boyfriend, and you think he gonna be a dependable father? Dude ain't even want to take you out to eat the Red Lobster. Wasn't even a good boyfriend. Or you see how he treats the other mother of his children. You see, she got to run him down and beg him to be there. A lot of single mothers are feeling the funk, and that's why now, all of a sudden, now that the struggle is real, they want to be somebody's wife. They want a man now. Yes, NBA YoungBoy is on his 8th child, and this fool is in prison right now. Yeah, NBA YoungBoy, Future, and Double C. It's a lot of women who have kids just for the benefits. But see, this is the trick that, and I'm glad you brought that up, Double C, because I'm going to elaborate on that. This is why a lot of single mothers are suffering. Because this is what a lot of women, this is what a lot of black women, this is what a lot of sisters got to understand. The benefits of having a child does not outweigh the responsibilities of having a child. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Cartier. Pookie smoking 420, eating all the baby snacks right now while she at work. Absolutely. In her Section 8 apartment. Driving all the gas out her Toyota Camry. The benefits, I can't stress this enough. To all the women, the benefits never outweigh the stress. Yes, you'll get your child support. Yes, you'll get your food stamps. Yes, you'll get your governmental assistance. But it's going to be shit you're going to go through that benefits can't help you with. When your child gets sick, when your child start having behavioral problems in school because you as a single mother, you haven't given that child all the disciplinary guidance he or she needs, that child starts acting out, end up getting locked up in juvenile and all of that, and you having problems. Guess what? Those benefits don't mean shit then, depending on how bad things can really become behind being a single mother and not having another stable parent there to help you co-parent the child. It's a lot of stress that's going to outweigh the benefits. Yes, you'll get by, you'll get over. But it's going to be stuff you're going to go through that food stamps, child support is not going to be able to help you with. I know single mothers right now who have sons. Yes, in the beginning, it was cute when they was dressing their sons up like little baby thugs, dressing their sons up like the baby daddies who they still in love with, for these same sons to turn around and start raising up on them, handling them like their mama is their woman. Got a lot of that going on. You got a lot of single mothers who got sons who disrespect them because all of your feminine qualities has not been able to prepare him how to be a man. I agree with that, Amari. Men have to have a solid connection with themselves and have boundaries before even going inside of a woman. I could not agree with that even more. Everything ain't worth smashing. Some opportunities you got to pass on. I don't care how desperate you are. I don't care how bad you got to be laid. Some opportunities ain't worth taking. Sometimes you got to pass up a cheap deal. Anything that's too good to be true, something is usually is. Every deal, every bargain, you don't need to accept. Because one thing I've also learned, and a note to men, one thing I've also learned, women that are very easy to get, females that are very easy to smash, the problem with that is most females that are easy to smash, most of them have a mental malfunction. Most females that are easy, they're not just easy to be easy. Most females that are easy to smash are dysfunctional. And usually, by the time a man finds that out, it's usually too late. If she's easy, she's dysfunctional. As the saying goes, anything that's too good to be true usually is. She ain't easy just to be easy. Something wrong with her. Think about it. If you in the street, you washing your car, you out handling your business, paying your bills, somebody walks up to you and tells you, hey, I want to give you this Porsche. They just want to give it to you. I'm like, okay, why you want to just give me a Porsche? No, I just really want to give you this Porsche. I got to get rid of this Porsche. Why are you trying to give me a Porsche? Something wrong with it. Probably trying to give you a Porsche because there's a dead body in the back of the trunk. He stole it from somewhere. Something wrong with it. If it's too easy to get, something is wrong with it. What's up, Black Dev? You call them crash test dummies? Jay Shine, elaborate on that for me a little bit more. I want to know more about these crash test dummies. If she easy to smash, something wrong with her. Because you have to realize, some women are programmed to only use their vaginas. They're not programmed to use their brain. They're not programmed to use their common sense. Some women give up the cookie easily because that is all they know how to use. You have some women, they will have sex with you before they have a decent conversation. You know why? Because there's a mental malfunction back there. She cannot have a real intellectual conversation with you. She will take you to her crib and let you smash or bang her out first. Because she's never had to use her brain to have real conversation. She's always just used what's been between her legs. You have a lot of women that are programmed to be easy because that is all she's ever had to use. You have some men that has never made her have to use her brain or have to offer anything else on the table but her vagina. So you have some women that are programmed to just giving the vagina. That's all they know to do. And you have women who make a living off of their wombs. They make a living having children. Having children is their key to survival. I hate to say this, but a lot of women would not have nothing if it wasn't for having children. A lot of women or a lot of females are using their womb for profits because that's how they make a living. They know with children, they can get child support. They know with children, they can get housing. They know with children, they can get food stamps. Children have become a financial resource. Had it not been for the government, the majority of these single mothers out here would be homeless. And this is a fact. Most women are only surviving through their children because their children is all that they got. Some of these women have burnt bridges with their family. A lot of single mothers don't get along with their family because they burnt a lot of bridges. You have some women who done burnt bridges by wearing everybody out in the family to keep their kids. Then you have these women who will burn everybody out keeping their kids. They don't want to pay nobody to keep their kids. They don't want to financially contribute. You have single women out here who feel like family should keep their kids for free and get an attitude if you ask them for anything. You have a lot of these single mothers who feel entitled and think that the world owes them when it comes to their child, that people are supposed to. And I'll be honest, it's a lot of family members. Y'all have literally handicapped these single mothers. Y'all keep their kids for them all the time. Never ask them for money, none of that. And then the moment you don't want to keep their kids, they having a problem. They have an attitude with you. Agree, Jay Shine. As I stated, you have a lot of women, a lot of single mothers. And again, I'm not knocking the ones who have accepted their struggle of being a single mother. They're not going around here crying, playing the victim, calling all men deadbeats. They have accepted their position as a single mother. They're working they 2-3 jobs. They're not begging for governmental assistance. They're not trying to make men be a part of their child's life who evidently they're proving that they don't want to be. I'm not knocking those, but I'm talking about these single moms who are feeling the single mother struggle and now they want to be wifed up. Very interesting point, Amari. In most cases, the first man they slept with was extremely animalistic. And it's unfortunate that a lot of us as women, we have overly sexualized ourselves. The truth is, so many women have slept with so many men to the point to where they just have learned to normalize it. They see nothing wrong with having different men enter and exit in and out of their vaginas because it has become so normal to them to just let all type of random dudes smash. And these are the same women who go out here and have all of these different children from different men, and they don't raise these children right. And these children become the blight of the Black community. Because you have a lot of single mothers, they become so overwhelmed and so stressed out from being a single mother. So what a lot of them do, they just leave their children to the streets. A lot of single mothers, they're letting the streets raise their kids because they are tired. They done gave up. They can't do it. They done got overwhelmed with the responsibilities. So they let their kids come and go as much as they want. And what tends to happen is these kids end up becoming a burden to the community. These are the kids that are terrorizing your neighborhoods. These are the kids that are terrorizing your children. These are the kids that are committing all type of criminal offenses, breaking into your cars while you at work, burglarizing your homes while you at work. These are the children that are in the streets having unprotected sex with other children, creating more bastard children. You have a lot of single mothers who act like they love to be a single mother, but these are the same ones who will pretty much let their children just do whatever because they done got tired of them. Yeah, they don't mind getting the food stamps. They don't mind the child support. They don't mind the welfare. But let's face it, not all women who have children really want their children. There's a misconception that because a woman is a single mother, she wants to be a single mother. You have a lot of women who keep putting themselves in a position to be a single mom, but they don't want their kids. They just want the benefits that comes out of them having children. They don't want their kids. I remember when leggings was sexy. Now it's like pajamas. We've been desensitized. So true, Cartier, and thank you for the $5 donation. Unfortunately, there's some people who have to learn the hard way. We all know right from wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have a lot of women, they don't want their kids. They're tired of them. I know a particular female, she had 5 children. Now, the only difference was she was married to the father at one point in time. But the father got tired of dealing with her trifling ass ways, so he divorced her. And in the midst of him divorcing her, she ended up having the kids the majority of the time. The kids became the majority of her responsibility. And what tends to happen to a lot of single mothers, this is the part that a lot of single mothers don't admit. When single mothers get on a hunt of looking for a man, they tend to become neglectful with their children. You have some single moms, when they want a man, they want a relationship, they get tired of being just a single mom, and they go out there on a man hunt, going to the clubs, going to the concerts, trying to get on a man hunt, looking for a man. They leave the kids alone to have to fend for themselves. And that's what she did. She became so consumed with wanting a man, looking for a man. She left her kids to have to raise themselves. A lot of single mothers do this. Not all, but a lot of them do this. When they get burnt out from being a single mom, now a single mom wants a man. So she's hitting the clubs. She's hitting the concerts. She's hitting all the block parties. Trying to get a man magnet. And when single mothers get on a thirsty prowl, looking for a man because they tired of just having little Ray J and Kiki and Mimi. Now mama want a man at home. They leave the kids out home to fend for themselves. What the kids start doing when the mama not there? They start wilding out. She got on a she basically had got on a penis prowl, prowling for penis. Got on a penis prowl, left her son to run the streets. Didn't give him no guidance. Didn't make him go get a little job. Didn't make him do anything. So what he ended up doing was getting into the streets, getting in all kind of trouble, breaking in people's cars, getting in trouble back to back to back, to the point to where he became so much that she ended up putting him out. You have a lot of single mothers, they get rid of their kids when they no longer can benefit from the kid. When the child is 18 and they no longer can get child support, they no longer can benefit, get food stamps from that child, and that child has become a problem because the child has behavioral issues from her so busy running the streets and partying, looking for a man. She allowed that child to do him. Now the child done got so out of control, she don't want him anymore. You have a lot of single mothers who raise their children to be monsters, and when the monsters get too big, they get rid of them. Or they'll throw the kids off on their own, on their parents. You got single mothers, they will throw their problematic children off on family when they can no longer benefit. You have single mothers, they will only keep their kids as long as they can benefit from them, as long as they can get stamps, child support, food, or whatever. When that child no longer can benefit them, they don't want no parts of it. They throw them out here for the world, for the prison systems, for family. Everybody else got to deal with their burden. Her son became her own nightmare. A lot of you black women, y'all are raising your own sons to become your own nightmare because you're treating him like your husband instead of treating him like a child. You got young men out, you got single mothers out here who can't even get their sons to take the trash out, who can't even get their daughters to clean or do anything. They create these monsters, and then when a monster get too big, they want the monster gone. They throw the monster out. When she threw her son out because he got too much for her, her son got to disrespecting her, talking back to her, handling her like she a broad in the street. She threw him out because she couldn't handle the monster that he became. So when she threw him out, what you think happened then? He got out there in the streets. She threw him out there with no guidance. He didn't have a job. He didn't have nothing going for him. She didn't put nothing into this young man when she threw him out. So, of course, he started doing things to survive. Burglarizing people's homes. Breaking into people's cars. Stealing people's things out their cars. Selling stuff. He became a burden to the black community. Like a lot of these children from single mothers, he became a burden to the community. And I understand you do have some children who come from two-parent households and they still can fall prey to the prison system. They still can fall prey to the streets. But the majority come from single-parent households. He went out there stealing, killing, drug dealing, doing all kind of stuff to survive. And eventually, when that wasn't enough, he went out there being an angry young man because his own mother didn't want him anymore. So who you think this young man took his frustrations out on? He took his frustrations out on the streets. So what ended up happening was this young man had nothing to lose because he had nothing going for himself. ran into another young man in the street who had more than them, ran into a young man who came from a two-parent household. He instantly became envious of this young man because this young man had more. His two-parent household had more for him than his single mom gave him. So what do you think he did to that young man? He shot and killed him out of jealousy. Because he could look at the young man and tell the young man was about something because of the way the young man was dressed, the way the young man carried himself. His lack of masculinity from his single mother made him threatened by the masculinity of the young man who was raised in a two-parent household. He killed that young man. He shot him dead. All because as a black man, he saw something in that other young black man that he didn't see in himself. So he got threatened and intimidated and he killed that young man. And he's in my correctional facility right now as we speak, getting ready to face life. You got a lot of young black men who are loved that are being killed by other young black men who aren't being loved. He saw that young black man had everything he did not have, and his spirit got intimidated by that and provoked him to kill this young man. For what? If you mostly think about it, it's not the young black men out here killing and stealing when they come from a loving environment. It's the young black men who already have had single black mothers and their fathers throw them out and discard them to society. Again, I know there's going to always be exceptions, but we're not talking about exceptions right now. I know kids come from two-parent households. They still end up in prison. We're not discussing that. I'm talking about the majority, not the minority. The correctional facility where I work at is full of young black men who had single mothers that got tired of raising them. Because you cannot raise a man how to be a man as a woman. I'm sorry. Now, I will say this. You have had some strong black mothers who raised their sons to be successful. But we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the troubled young black men that are overcrowding the prisons and the correctional facilities. Most of them have come from single parent households. Their black mothers didn't want to raise them no more. You raised him how to be a man in a wrong way. I've heard single black mothers overly sexualize their sons by saying how fine and handsome their sons are. I hear a lot of women who overly sexualize their own sons. Talking about, my son is sexy. My son is fine. My son is my man crush Monday. No, ma'am. I don't care how fine or handsome your son is. That is your son. Do not, black women, please stop overly sexualizing your sons. Right, Cartier? But a lot of these, let me tell you something. A lot of these single black mothers, they cannot afford, not all of them, but in most cases, they cannot afford to give their sons the best. When you have a bunch of children and you cannot afford, what ends up happening is your children don't get the best and they start envying other children when they go to school and see them with nice shoes and see them with nice jewelry and stuff like that. Single mothers, when you raise your children in poverty, they will become envious and jealous of other children when they are exposed to other children who were raised and come from households where they got the best of everything. Your poverty-stricken children will become jealous of other children who come from households that have the best of everything. But when, and I agree with that, Cartier, because she was not hardly giving her son anything. Her son stayed broke. A lot of y'all single moms, if you know you cannot afford to give your sons the best, you better teach his ass how to work. Make him work at a grocery store when he's 15, 16. Get your son used to working right now. Do not make your son a mama's boy. Don't keep putting money in his hand. He's 15, 16 years old. Have that little Negro learn how to cut somebody's grass. Learn how to wash somebody's car. You make him learn at a young age how to be a man. A lot of y'all single moms, y'all still putting money in your 16 and 17-year-old son hand. For what? That's how we got these mama's boys, and that's how a lot of young black women out here now can't get no decent black men, because y'all single black moms, y'all raising y'all little boys to be another woman's nightmare instead of a goddamn blessing. Very true, Aaron Gray. Thanks for stopping in the chat room. Fortunately, sometimes, not every time, black women become single mothers because of the raggedy men they choose to sleep with. And that's all I've been talking about this last hour. About black women not being selective. But a lot of single black mothers, y'all raising y'all sons to be another woman's burden. Back in the day, the majority of the men in this chat room, I know some of y'all are probably in y'all 40s, middle 40s, probably early 50s. I guarantee your granddaddy had you out there working on the car under the hood with him. He had you doing lawn work. The majority of the men in my chat room, a lot of y'all been working since y'all been 13, 14. Ain't been no sitting down, scratching your balls, playing video games. Your granddaddy, your daddy made you work. My husband, he had been doing roofs since he been 13, 14 years old. His uncles made him get on the roof and learn how to nail shingles. Tyne says some of these women can't teach their kids anything because they themselves don't know anything. Absolutely. And like I said, the majority of black women that are single mothers, they became single mothers at a young age before they even became full-grown women. How can you teach your children how to become an adult when you didn't even get a chance to fully become an adult? A lot of that is going on in the black community. That's what I'm saying. The majority of men in here, they had grandfathers, great-grandfathers who taught them how to adopt manly masculine work ethics. The problem with a lot of these young black men, they don't have any work ethics. They want to sell drugs. And believe it or not, some of their mamas are okay with them selling drugs as long as she's getting the money. Then a lot of these young men that are being raised under their single mamas, they are adopting all her feminine, emotional mood swings and attitudes. That's why you got some young men, they will quit a job as soon as the boss yells at them. They can't handle it. They don't have the masculine skills. A lot of these young men don't have the masculine abilities to be able to endure being a man. I know young black men, they quit the jobs when they get yelled at. They quit the jobs because, man, them people had me washing too many dishes. But if they was conditioned to working hard and already washing dishes at home, they wouldn't be so quick to quit jobs and stuff when it's time to go out there into the real world. And it's not just young men that are also suffering under the upraising of these trifling single mothers, but these young women, they catch it worse. There's not too many young black women that have not been raised under a black woman who has had multiple children by multiple men. She's going to follow the same footsteps as her mother. Just about every young black woman who has 3-4 baby daddies, check her background. I guarantee you her mama got 3-4 baby daddies. Her grandmama got 3-4 baby daddies. Her great grandmama got 3-4 baby daddies. A lot of young black women will carbon copy the steps of their black mothers. There's not enough of black men and black women that are willing to break the generational curse. And guess what? You know what happens? If her mama left her on her grandmama when she was a child, she has kids, she's going to leave her kids off on her. It's going to keep going. It becomes a cycle. Yes, we have, this is why a lot of young black men don't like to work. They single mamas, there's trifling single mothers wouldn't even make them take the trash out. I know a single mother right now, she can't get her sons to do shit. Can't get them to do nothing. They won't take the trash out. They won't get groceries for, won't do nothing. She got 2 grown men that are dead weight in her household. They won't cut the grass to her lawn. Won't wash a car. Won't do anything. Again, when you become a single mother and you really didn't want to be a single mother, you will leave your children to raise themselves. But these are the same ones, they want a man. They want to be married now. They're tired of being a mama. That's why, as black women, we need to stop lying to other young black women that are coming up behind us. I have a daughter that's 20. Even though I had to recently put her out my household because she felt like she's at an age where she can do what she wants to do in my house, I had to let her know, no ma'am, you are a young woman, but you're not more grown of a woman than I am. And the moment you start thinking you more grown than me, it's time for you to make a move and find your own place. And she's doing that right now. I love her. I don't have no ill will towards her, but it comes a point as a parent, you cannot allow your children to challenge your authority, because when you do, they're going to go out there into society and feel like they can challenge any and everybody. Training starts from home. Tanya says, I have a friend who still gets calls from his baby's mama, still using his grown daughter to get money off of him. How basic is that? Absolutely. And that's a common occurrence. I seen profile of women saying they taking stepdaddy apps. I'll pass. What they ain't doing. What's up, Virgo? What's up, little bro? How you doing? And that's going to always be. That's going to always be. Unfortunately, when you have children from certain people, they still expect you to take care of that child even when the child is grown. And you have a lot of women that do that. They will still send their grown children to call the fathers. Hey, see if your daddy could lend us $200 for the light bill. See if he could give us $300 for the water bill. You have a lot of that going on. Jay Shine says, my daughter's mother recently asked me if I could help buy furniture and I have custody. Now, if that's not a shame, now Jay Shine has custody of his daughter. And Jay Shine has had custody of his daughter for a long time. So you got some single fathers out here that are handling their business. They're not going around. And you know what? I will say that you have single fathers. They don't complain as much as single mothers. Single fathers don't even get child support, and they don't bitch and piss and complain like single mothers who get child support, who get food stamps, who get governmental assistance. You got men that are raising their children on their own and not crying, being a victim. My baby mama deadbeat. Imagine, think about it, ladies. Imagine if men complained about being a single father the way women complain about being a single mother. My baby mama, she a deadbeat, man. She left me with our child. She won't give me no food stamp. She won't give me no child support. She don't never come and get little Kiki on the weekends. I don't never hear men talk like that. I hear women do it day in and day out. I don't never hear single fathers complain like single mothers complain. Yeah, man, I'm trying to get an increase in child support. She ain't been paying me no child support, man. I'm going to have to get a modification in child support. Ever since she got with her new man, she act like she ain't want nothing to do with our child because she got her a new man. She put her new man first before us. She put her new man before me and our child. I don't never hear men bicker the way females bicker when it comes to children. Single mothers can get everything. They get all the governmental assistance and they will still find something to bitch and complain about. No, they still want the man because the man is married and doing good with his new wife and got his new life. Speaking of that, the turntables a little bit. I don't know how true it is, but it's alleged that Dr. Dre's ex-wife will be getting $800 million. If that's the case, I hope Dr. Dre does not have another aneurysm behind that. And I can believe that, Tanya. I can believe that. They just don't, I'll rephrase it. Men don't complain as much. Single fathers don't complain as much as single mothers do. I'll put it that way. Instead of saying they don't complain at all, they just don't complain as much. And because of an ego and pride thing, men are just not going to whine. They're going to man up and they're going to do what they got to do. So that's true, Tanya. I can co-sign with you on that. But now, looks like Dr. Dre is going to be kicking out some more ducats. I don't know how true it is, but if it is, that's going to be a hot mess. It's sad that you built this whole empire by yourself and how this woman catches the end of your success and she gets the benefit just like she's been there the whole entire time. This is why I say a lot of brothers, y'all got to get out this color complex thing, thinking that only black women are we the only ones that will burn you. We're the only ones that will sabotage you. You can't put nothing past no woman. I know. I disagree with that. There's no way in the world she should have been entitled to getting that much money and the kids are grown. But depending on what state you in, depending on what type of judge you got, depending on, and you know the system is already racially shady. Some people got the complexion for the connection. If you're dealing with a biased judge that has undercover racial motives, they ain't gonna do what's right. They gonna do what's gonna benefit what's white. Yeah, bro, all she did was exist and she's getting the paper. And I think, let me see. I think Dr. Dre is worth, I think he's in the billion. I see how much Dr. Dre is worth. Now, like I said, I don't know how true this is, but I hope that's not the case, because if she's able to get 800 million and his net worth says he's 820 million, I don't know. That may not sound right. That may be far-fetched. I hope she's not entitled to that, because from what I'm seeing, that is his net worth. And we already know your net worth, that don't mean that's what you really get. That means what you're really worth. So I don't know. I'm a wait. I'm not going to speak on that too much, because that don't sound right. That means she's going to damn near get, his whole damn net worth. So we'll still have to see how that pans out. Because that don't sound right. Yeah, unless she getting half. But that's what I say. You can't really play it safe with none of these broads out here. Don't think because your woman is white or light, you safe. You're in a safety zone. Don't think because your woman is young and she don't know a lot, you're in a safety zone. Don't think you have a woman that's an airhead, you're in a safety zone. Because let me tell you something, a lot of these women who act like airheads, they know how to be smart when it comes to burning somebody and taking you for everything you have. So you can't never underestimate the psyche of a female. Yeah, a lot of states, and you have to be careful with that, because I know South Carolina is a common law state. If a woman is getting mail to your house within 6 months, she's married to you as by common law. I know Carolina is one of them states they recognize common law marriage. Y'all can just live together and they consider her your wife. You ain't got to have no legalized documentation. I agree, Gerald. If she gets any million, it's still crazy. It's still crazy, but that was his wife. People can say what they want to say. People can feel how they want to feel. Dr. Dre married this woman. She's going to walk with something. Either way it go, she walking with something. This just ain't his girlfriend. This just ain't his baby mama. He made this woman his wife. And they was married well over 10 years. Jay Shine says, I can see 100 million in some properties, but 400 million. When I saw her demands, this chick was up here talking about having him still paying for all kind of stuff. Basically, he's paying to still support the lifestyle she had when she was married to him. Yeah, but unfortunately, when you are married, you take a chance. That person, basically, depending on what can happen in the new future, that person could possibly end up with the majority of your assets. But what tends to happen, though, women who pull this type of stunt probably what happened, and I'm just speculating, I don't know shit about Dr. Dre or his wife, but probably what happened in the duration of that marriage, I guarantee y'all, Dr. Dre had the majority of the control in that marriage. I guarantee she was not able to do and spend how she wanted to unless she went through Dr. Dre. I guarantee you, because to me, Dr. Dre does not give me that vibe of being a pushover. He does not give me that vibe of being a weak guy. I think Dr. Dre was calling the shots the majority of that marriage. She probably couldn't do shit without him approving of it. Dr. Dre probably had so many stipulations, because you got to remember, Dr. Dre is a businessman. Dr. Dre is not a dummy. He would have not been this successful had he been slow. I guarantee you, the duration of that marriage, she was not able to spin and do like she wanted to do. And what tends to happen is when a woman is able to divorce a man that has had the majority of the control, now that she is divorcing him, she's going to peel back and fight to get all the control that she was never able to get in the marriage. That's why she going so hard at trying to take him for what he got, because when she was married to Dr. Dre, I guarantee you, she was not able to do what she wanted to do as she wanted to do it. Now, I'm sure he gave her the best. I'm sure she lived a life of luxury. I'm sure he didn't have her driving a Toyota Camry while he had a Bentley. I'm sure she drove nice like he drove nice. I'm sure when he traveled overseas, she was able to benefit the fruits of his labor. But one thing about being married to men that are highly successful, they got a lot of rules and stipulations. In other words, you're not just going to take his black card and go on a $500,000 shopping spree. He probably gave her the best of everything, but he gave her what and when he wanted to give her. I guarantee you, Dr. Dre's ex-wife, she did not get to do what she wanted to do in that marriage. Whatever she had to get on his terms. I still love The Chronic. The Chronic is my favorite album. What's up, underrated darkness? Dr. Dre's wife, being with rich men, being with a rich man is not like a lot of women think. A lot of people think that when you're with a high value man like Dr. Dre that's worth millions, that you can just go spend millions. Now, the only sucker high value man I have seen so far, I'm not going to lie, is Steve Harvey. Now, he's the only fool I've seen that will let a woman pretty much spend and splurge how she wants to. Now, Steve Harvey is the most low value, high value man I have ever seen. He let Marjorie spend like she wants to spend, and not only that, he gave Marjorie's grown daughter his last name, so not only Marjorie could benefit, her overgrown daughter could benefit. But see, you got men like Dr. Dre, these millionaires, they don't let their wives just spend their money and burn through cash like y'all think. Dr. Dre probably had all type of stipulations. When he bought a Bentley for her, it was probably the Bentley he wanted, not what she wanted. He probably put her, like Cartier said, on a spouse allowance. Because think about it. For Dr. Dre to be a millionaire, that means he knows how to manage his money. Now look at Dr. Dre. Do you really think him being with her, he allowed her to spend like she wanted to spend? Let me ask everybody in the chat room. If y'all think Dr. Dre had his ex-wife on a spouse allowance, press 1. If y'all think she was able to spend and splurge like she wanted to, press 2. Because I personally think that's why she's going for his pocket so hard. I believe Dr. Dre had her ass on a very strict spouse allowance. If you think she was on a spouse allowance, press 1. If you think he gave her the best of everything and she could just spend money like she wanted to spend money without a problem, press 2. So pretty much looks like we all on the same key. Yep, Steve Harvey is still married. He ain't going nowhere. Marjorie got his nose so wide open you could park a goddamn Range Rover in it. So pretty much we all agree that Dr. Dre had his ex-wife on a spousal allowance. Most rich, high-value men, they don't let their wives spend like they want to spend. What's up, Red Mike Radio? That's the myth. That's why women, you got to be so careful going after men and secure the bag. Because let me tell you something. A lot of these men are not dumb. They're not just going to let you come in their life and spend money like you want to spend it. You're not just going to swipe their black card when you want to swipe it. It's a myth that getting with a high-value man, you're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of his labor. A lot of these guys are not dumb. They're not going to let a woman who hasn't been there from the start, when he had to fight and struggle to get to his level of success, let her come in there overnight and just run through everything that it took him years to build. Ain't too many men going there. Kai says, I don't care how much money I have. There's no such thing as an allowance to me. You ain't going to burn up my money on useless things, and you're not going to be getting money from me just because we're together. Now, I agree within reason, but I feel like with Dr. Dre's case, this is why she's going after him so hard. That's the point I'm trying to make everybody understand. She knows now she has control. When she was married to Dr. Dre, she didn't have no control. And what a lot of women to do when it comes to divorce, that's their way of gaining leverage over the man. No, I'm gonna tell you what I think happened, Sag. I think when she got with Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre was the captain of the ship. I don't think she so much put it on him. I think what she did was she set him up by being this real docile, submissive woman. Yeah, Nicole Young. That's the name of his wife, Nicole Young. Nicole made him feel like he was the king of the jungle. She made Dr. Dre feel like he was the captain of the ship, which made him comfortable to marry her. Now, that's what some men have to be careful at. You have some women that will start off and give you this pick-me vibe, like they're going to be submissive, like they're going to be willing to accept your authority as a man. And as soon as the opportunity presents itself where she can gain leverage and control, she will become that over-domineering woman you never thought she was. I believe what happened was she fooled Dr. Dre like she was this submissive, docile, non-colored woman. And you have to be careful because you got some white women, they do that. That's why Scottie Pippen paying the price right now. These women start off and make you feel like you're the king of the castle. And the moment they can divorce you and the judge says, okay, all right, we're going to decide who's going to get what, you're going to see all the control come out of that submissive, docile woman you never thought there was. Yes, ma'am. High value man, high maintenance. What's up, CC Rose? How you doing, queen? What she did was she fooled Dr. Dre into him thinking he was going to run that marriage. So like I said, 9 times out of 10, he had her on spousal allowance, and I get it. You're an $800 million man. You can't be letting nobody just burn through your money. Hell, there's been times I let my husband $20. I needed my $20 back. I'm like, look, I'm on a budget, okay? But what happened was Dr. Dre had Nicole Young trained to not burn through his money. He had her on a spousal allowance. Yes, she was able to get the best, but within reason. Now, this is not to say he probably wasn't totally nasty to her. She probably was able to go to any dealership and pick out whatever Benz she wanted or whatever, but she just couldn't do how she wanted to do. But now there's a divorce in proceedings. She's going for the gusto because Dr. Dre no longer has that control. $20. I ain't got it. Y'all are going to find out the grass ain't always greener. Virgo says the amount of patience and wait to strike in order to get a huge sum of cash. Insane. Yes. You got some women, they'll sit back and eat a lot of bullshit for years just to wait on that lotto. They will sit there, take all kind of abuse, take all kind of stuff. Knowing if I hang in there for 10 years, if I hang in there for 15 years, I'm going to get him when he least expected. And that's what tends to happen. A lot of high-value men will get cocky and think that no woman will ever eventually come after them for everything they have. Don't think because you're a businessman. Don't think because you're an entrepreneur. It's always a female out there that's just as conniving and smart as manipulative as you, that is willing to take some extreme lengths just to get what she can from you. That's why Nicole Young, Dr. Dre's ex-wife, she going at him so hard. Because now she doesn't live up under the same roof with him. He can't tell her, no, we not getting that. No, we not buying that. So she'll be able to get the majority of his money, and she can spend all she want and end up getting a whole nother man that's not going to be half as much as Dr. Dre. She's going to get another man that's going to enjoy Dr. Dre's money. That's what's going to happen. She's going to get her a bottom shelf Brad, because I doubt she's going to get with another black man after this. I doubt it. I doubt she getting with another brother. I doubt it. But then again, I can't say that because Scottie Pippen ex-wife, she's still messing with black men. So I can't say that. She still may deal with black men. I don't know. Jay Sean says she's gonna get a young Kendu. And I don't know why Dr. Dre didn't think, that's a good point to bring up, Cartier. I don't know why he kept all his accounts in one state where everybody has, the courts and everybody has access to knowing how much he keeps up with. That's amazes me. But let me tell you something. Sometimes a high value man can get too cocky and get too comfortable, thinking that no one has the balls or the courage to come after them, to come for them. That's what it was. Dr. Dre never thought the time and the day would come where his docile, submissive, non-colored wife, he didn't think she was going to challenge him. Because I'm Dr. Dre. Millionaire, entrepreneur, producer. He didn't think she was going to have the balls. Yeah, he trusted her. He trusted the situation. That's exactly Jay Shine. And it's backfiring. I just hope he don't get another aneurysm. It's a sad situation. That's messed up, but divorces are never pretty anyway. When you're going through divorce, it's all about getting you. So, it is what it is. But I hope those numbers are not right, because he's worth that much. And if she's really getting that means he only going to be left with 20 million or less. I don't think that's true. I hope it's not, because that's going to be a mess. That type of situation to make you hire a hitman. That type of situation will make you hire a hitman. But anyway, I know we discussed a lot, but a lot of these topics needed to be addressed. I had to talk about, these single moms who, after 3, 4, 5 kids later, now they realize they want to be married. Now they realize they want a family. I don't think it's fair. Once you done created that amount of baggage, it's not fair for you to look for a cleanup man. Same thing. If you're a man with 8, 9 baby mamas, you don't need to be looking for no cleanup woman. You don't need to be looking for somebody to be a stepmama to your kids. Jay Shine said, remember, Dr. Dre's mom was a single mother. That used to shit on him. So he trusted the light bright. Oh, yep. And then you got to remember, Dr. Dre had a child from Michelle A. So because he's had a lot of bad experiences with black women, he thought he was in a safety zone with the white woman. Not. And black men, you have to be careful with that. Don't think because you have so many negative experiences with black women, you safer crossing over. Because you got some non-colored women that are just as malicious, low down, and got gold digging tendencies. So true, Kai. Very true. Doesn't pay to be materialistic. All these people are going through hell for some dirty blood money, not knowing whose hands who've been on it. Different color skin, different color accent, but women are all still women. That's what I've been saying for only 1,000 years, Sag. that a woman is a woman. She could be conniving on any level. And I always stress, it's character, not color. Trifling is trifling. Yep. White women going to get their cut, believe that. And the bad part is they have on our side what we don't, which is the judicial system. The judicial system already going to give them an upper advantage that a lot of sisters could barely get. So these men who think they're going to be safe, crossing over, only to find out. And no, not all single mothers are trashy, but the majority of them are. Not all, but most. And then, we, like I said, we have all of these rappers that are passing away. We already lost X. Shout outs to X. Shout out to Black Rob. All these successful guys who passed away, and unfortunately, with all their success, they're not going to be able to leave a lot behind for all the multiple children they produced. I'm not understanding that. I definitely want to talk about that on my next live. I want to talk about these famous rappers that have just been famous, but not rich. I couldn't believe Black Rob died with not even no insurance to get medicine. That he had this outstanding child support arrearage balance. I'm not understanding how you could become so big in the industry, but still end up homeless, still end up with no insurance. And a lot of these rappers are having multiple children for multiple women. Now, what I'm waiting on is when all of these baby mamas who are grieving, like DMX, all of these 15 children he got. My thing is, I know when all is said and done, when he's, when they get through the ceremony, the celebration of his life, my thing is, how his children going to survive? I hope he has something established for these 15 children, but I doubt it. And this is not to down him or to bash him, because it's a lot of Black people that are living right now who don't have no life insurance, don't have nothing planned. Sinful P brought this up in his content the other day, and he's right. A lot of us got a lot of Black folks living and ain't got no insurance. Now, I remember when the rapper Shorty Low died. They know. Had all these baby mamas, but when he passed, there was nothing left for them to give to their children. Because honestly, I think what has happened with the industry, I think the reason why a lot of these rappers are passing away, a lot of these successful rap artists are passing away. What I think has happened, and I could be wrong, I'm just guessing. I think fame, kind of like you have the afterlife, after death, you have what's called the afterlife. I think after fame, there's that after fame life that can take a toll on you. When you're no longer as hot as you used to be, when executives and record labels are not running you down, people ain't trying to put you on. You go from wearing all this jewelry, all this bling. You come from all this notoriety and success to have it all stripped from you overnight. For somebody to pull a rug up under your foot, because fame is so hard to get, but you can lose it in a matter of seconds. And I think really what took these talented guys out was when they finally did let go, or they finally did when fame was no longer working in their favor. I think it took a toll on them mentally, emotionally, financially. I think it's the afterlife of fame that enhanced their sickness. What's up, Lord? Drag One, how you doing, sir? Exactly, Double C. And I'm glad you're doing that. I'm glad there's more men and women taking life insurance seriously. You don't want your wife or your husband, your children to be left out in the dark. Yep. Cartier says, your first checks are the biggest. Do right while you hot. I think what happened with X and what happened with Black Rob, when these guys were hot, they were really, really hot. And I think what happened is their egos inflamed. Their egos inflamed. And what tends to happen with fame usually you never prepare for that moment when your career starts to fizzle, because you're so hot at that moment. Your career is really popping. You never think there's a time when it's all going to come to an abrupt end. And I think what happened when a lot of these guys, first of all, both of these guys, they got did in by their record labels. DMX got did in by Rough Riders. They kind of shit on them. And we ain't even got to talk about Bad Boy Productions. Everybody who has ever been saved a Puff Daddy, them jokers get famous, but they never get rich. The Band, Shine, 112, Total, Biggie Smalls. Ain't no telling where Biggie Smalls would have probably been staying up under Puff, but I think eventually Biggie would have left Puff. But then again, Biggie was such a loyal dude, he probably would have stayed with Puff all the way to the end. Because Biggie just seemed like that type of guy. He gonna rock with you till the end. I think he would have stayed with Puff to the end. Anybody who's ever been signed to Bad Boy did bad. Yeah, Diddy is the only one with the money. But Diddy had got his own karma because he did a lot of people in. Now, I will say, Diddy put a lot of people on. A lot of people wouldn't have knew a lot of people wouldn't have knew certain people had it not been for Diddy. But all Diddy did was put you on. That's it. Young Jock fell off. Danity Kane fell off. The little white girl group Dream fell off. Day 26 fell off. Anybody he ever signed don't have nothing right now. Craig Mack. Oh, yeah. I can't forget about Craig Mack. Y'all used to love me some Craig Mack, man. He focused so much on Biggie, he just left Craig Mack to dry. Same with Young Money. Most of them fell off. Only two actually are still in a sense hot today. Drake and Nicki. Yep. Young Money. Yeah, they did some people in too. Yep. Dirty Money. Yep. I remember them. Everybody he ever signed. I just can't name one person who got successful. Certain labels can tarnish you. Same thing with damn Murder Inc. Murder Inc. Anybody who's ever been signed to Murder Inc., their career has been murdered. Ashanti, Ja Rule, Charlie Baltimore, Vita. Yeah, double C. Craig Mack died broke. Black Rob died broke. G Dip confessed. G Dip. I can't read, y'all. Confessed to murder. Loon fell off. Oh, a lot of them went religious. Shine went religious. Loon went religious. Mace went religious. I guess going through all that hell with Puff Daddy and make you go find the Lord. Yeah, Ashanti fell off big. Anybody who was dealing with Irv Gotti, their career has slumbered. What's the young man name? Oh my gosh. He was under Murder Inc. too, and he had a nasty falling out with Irv Gotti. Oh shoot, I can't think of that young man name. Lloyd. And Lloyd is a good singer, great singer. He fell off. Yeah, the Locks are doing pretty good. Barely, but they're doing pretty good. Murder. Yeah, your career gonna get murdered. Murder Inc., baby. Murder Inc., baby. I'm a bad boy for life. Bad boy, bad boys, bad boy for life. You're gonna be broke for life too. Yeah, I like Lloyd. Cassie. Yeah, Ja Rule, man. I'm telling you, the wrong label will tarnish your career. Ashanti has not been able to catch a break under Murder Inc. And she's a beautiful woman with a beautiful voice. Nobody wants her. Nobody wants to sign her. Yeah, Cassie ain't really had no talent like that. She was letting Diddy smash. And even she figured out eventually she wasn't going to get nowhere with him, so she left. I think India Ari just kind of I think she's always been like a humble type of woman. I think she just kind of fell back for a little while. I don't think like nothing personally happened to her career. I just think she kind of fell back for a little while. Yep. No, she couldn't sing. That's why she was letting Diddy smash. I saw her live performances. I'm like, girl, please go in the studio. Your voice is good for the studio. You can always tell a person lacks talent. There's a difference between that studio and them live performances. Them live performances gonna tell it all. Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's this afterlife from fame when you're just not hot anymore and the audience is not as drawn to you as you first was. And the fact it eats your ego up that you have to go back to the average life. I think if you're not strong as an artist and you fall off and you have to go back to the average life, it can really take a toll on your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual and your psychological. You have to be strong in this game. Like even Lily from SWV said when RCA, played them, and we know SUV is one of the baddest girl bands. I love Coco, Lily, and Todd. They always had hits after hits after hits. RCA played them. And when you so thirsty for the fame, you so thirsty to be put on, you will overlook a lot of bullshit just to get your signature on that paper. And that's where you screw yourself at. Yeah, I think that's what happened to CC Rose. India Ari was too earthly. She couldn't be corrupted. Yeah, they couldn't get her to take her clothes off and do all that other stuff. Yeah, I agree with you on that. You'd be so thirsty for the opportunity. You will sign your name on a dotted line. And I think what has happened, what happens is fame enhances a lot of bad qualities. A lot of these people get put on, they drinking more, they doing drugs. Fame enhances bad habits. That's what happened to the legend X. His drug habits had enhanced. Fame just enhances more of your bad qualities. And the bad part is when fame has an expiration date. Fame has an expiration date. At some point, it's going to end. And if you are not mentally, psychologically, and emotionally prepared, it can really tear you down. That's what happened to X. That's what happened to Black Rob. As a matter of fact, that's what happened. Y'all probably, I don't know how many old school people I have in here, but how many of y'all are familiar with the artist named Colonial Abrams? Nope, she sure couldn't, Red Mike. How many of y'all in here are familiar with Colonial Abrams? He used to sing the song, "You're Not Gonna Get the Best of Me." Now, you got to be in your 40s. You got to be in your 50s. You young people, y'all probably got no goddamn idea what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, Colonial Abrams is one of my favorite singers from back in the 70s and 80s. He had the song, "I'm Not Gonna Let You Get the Best of Me." And the other one was, I can't remember. But I know that was my favorite one. And during that time, he was really at the peak of his career. Jay Shine, I know you would know. He was at the peak of his career. This man ended up homeless. All them club joints he had back then. The Colonial Abrams had some bangers. If y'all don't know who Colonial Abrams is, please go on YouTube. He has some banging ass music from house music from the 70s and 80s. He was a very handsome guy. He ended up homeless in the street, and he died homeless in the street. I'm telling you, that after fame, when fame leaves you, your life right before your eyes start declining. You have to be really strong. Like I was saying with the group SWV, when Lily said when RCA Records had played them or whatever, and they realized they wasn't getting the money they were supposed to get, she ended up going back to school. People was in her classroom looking at her funny like, damn, you Lily from SWV, how the fuck you in the classroom, you know what I'm saying, getting financial aid to pay for your classes? They couldn't understand it. People looked at her funny. And she was homeless and living in her car. Now, had Lily not been strong, she probably would have declined. But I guess SWV, they're doing better now. They're doing tours and stuff again. So she's probably back to making her bread. But when the fame goes, it takes a toll on you. Yeah, that was the other song, Trapped. MC Hammer. I don't give a damn what nobody say. MC Hammer is the man. I don't give a damn. I will always have love for MC Hammer. People can say what they want to say, but when MC Hammer was big, he was big. When MC Hammer put on a show, he put on a show. He wasn't just walking back and forth on the stage grabbing his crouch. The man had 30, 40 dancers. He gave you a show. These rappers today will not give you a show. They don't have no dancers. If they do have dancers, they twerking, they pussy popping and all of that. MC Hammer, the man had skills. He could flow and he could dance his ass off. But where he messed up was he tried to save the whole black community. And that's how he got broke. When you have a good heart with millions, you will go fight. You will stretch yourself too thin. That's what MC Hammer did wrong. If y'all didn't see MC Hammer movie, who in here has not seen MC Hammer movie Too Legit to Quit? Have y'all seen MC Hammer movie? If you haven't seen MC Hammer movie, Too Legit to Quit, please see it. It's on YouTube. See that movie. When I say it didn't get the recognition it deserved, please see that movie. It will show you how people did him when he was no longer able to produce that, to fulfill that lifestyle for them. What's up, Mark By Smiths? How you doing, sir? Oh yeah, come on now. Everybody love Public Enemy Kai. Even though Flavor Flav look like a smoker in Salvation Army, he's a legend. Yep, Sag. Their whole identity is based on approval of others. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen Too Legit to Quit, definitely check it out. It's a really good movie. The stuff he went through when his fame left, oh my gosh. To lose $1 million mansion. I'm telling you, the grace of God is in that man's life, because anybody who had that much and had to downgrade, they wouldn't have been able to handle it. I know the grace of God. It's on YouTube. If you put in Too Legit to Quit on YouTube, the whole movie is on YouTube. It's on here because I've seen it a couple of times. Yep, and Vanilla Ice, he had his share of problems. But I'm not gonna lie. Vanilla Ice was the only white dude I wanted to smash back in the day. And if anybody here got anything to say about it, I'm going to put you right on out my chat. That was the only white guy who could get it. I'm sorry. Vanilla Ice was fine as hell back then. Even with his damn parachute pants. And if anybody got something to say about it, I'm going to boot you right out my chat. Oh my goodness. I love me some Vanilla Ice. I'm sorry. That was the only cream I wanted in my coffee, but he would have been getting he would have had to register as a sex offender because I was too young for his ass back then. I don't care. Yes, sir. That was my first white boy crush. Doon 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 doon. Yes, sir. Him and Tupac was the only older dudes who would have got child molestation charges behind me, because I had the hots for them when I was like damn 12 and 13. I was hot in the ass. That's why my mom put me on Depo-Provera at 13. She said, oh, hell no, you ain't bringing me no grandchildren. Yeah, he's a family man now, and Vanilla Ice, he still looks good. And he has his own damn, he does house renovations. He's a bad boy with that house remodeling. So he made good. He went through a lot, you know. And it took him a long time. He hated that image of Vanilla Ice. He hated it for years. He hated when people talked about it. He hated when people brought it up. He hated when people would play his songs. He hated that image for years. He just now started embracing that image a couple of years ago. When he realized how much people had really liked his music back then, he finally embraced it. But he used to hate that shit. You used to couldn't bring it up on interviews. You used to couldn't play his music. Vanilla Ice hated Vanilla Ice. He really did. He hated it. He hated it. Oh yeah. Look at any of his old interviews. He hated that shit. He would get mad and cuss and go off at anybody who would bring up his old songs. He hated it. Like, seriously. I'm a fan of his, so I know. Because he was on that show, VH1 show, So Real Life. And when people would bring it up, he would actually like smash tables and shit. He hated it. He hated it. But I guess now that he's older and he realized how much love people have for him when he was Vanilla Ice, he has accepted it. But he does have one of those home shows on remodeling houses and stuff, and he's very talented. He knows how to fix up houses and stuff. That's what he does for a living. So that's the best. That's what DMX and I wish the other guys that died, I wish they could have took their fame and found somewhere else to put it. That's what Vanilla Ice did. He found something else he was good at. He became a family man, got his own little home show. You know, he's a badass with them houses. If I had the money, I would let him remodel my whole house. He had his little 1 or 2 little legal issues with fighting his wife and shit, you know, dumb shit. But, you know, other than that, you know, you don't really hear nothing bad about him. Yeah, he said Suge Knight destroyed Vanilla Ice. He said that. He said it. He said it. Yeah, that, you know, Suge Knight. But that's what you do. You know, sometimes when you see the train is getting ready to depart off the rail, you have to start making changes. A lot of these rappers, they're not preparing for that. Like NBA YoungBoy, you got a lot of these young rappers, they think they're going to be hot for the rest of their life. They're not preparing. This is the time to start a business. This is the time to start signing other young rappers on. You got to start making plans. You got to start doing something. Rapper Nelly, the same thing. Nelly was hot on the charts. Had to sell his mansion. He had to, you know, he fell off. I mean, that's the thing about being on top. At some point, you're going to fall off. You're going to fall off, and you need to be prepared. You need to be ready. Because if you're not ready, it's going to catch up with you. Chameleonaire, Master P, and rappers like them use their fame to build an empire. Now, Master P has my utmost respect. Chameleonaire got my utmost respect. Them guys saw it was derailing, and they jumped out the game quick. Sometimes you can stay in the game too long and miss your blessing. Exhibit, and speaking of Exhibit, his white wife just left him. His white wife pimped him. He ain't making no money, so she don't want him no more. Yeah, his wife just divorced him. I don't know if y'all know that, but yeah, she just divorced him. Even Waka Flocka admitted his music is trash. Now that's sad if an artist is telling you he know his music is a hot mess. Yep, they're only hot for a moment. CC says we're going to start talking about investing stocks and bonds with our kids. I totally agree with you, ma'am. I totally agree. Please, if your son or your daughter come up to you talk about I want to be a rapper, please tell them no. We're gonna start you with your own business. How about that? I know his wife just left him. His white wife just left Exhibit. I don't think he's making the money he used to make. He's not making the money. And that happens. I ain't knocking him for it. You know, he just not hot. You know, he ain't really doing nothing right now. He probably is, but I don't know too much about Exhibit other than I know his white wife just divorced him. So that's all I know. All these white women having this having this divorced black man fever. I don't know what the hell going on. I don't know what y'all brothers doing. Y'all white snow bunnies, they going on. I don't know. Yeah, look it up on YouTube. Exhibit wife divorces him. And when I say, well, no, I ain't gonna talk about no wife. Let me be quiet. Let me shut up. Love is blind. I'll let y'all look at him. I'll let y'all look. No, I'll pull up. I'll pull up for y'all. I will pull her up for y'all. Just cause I ain't got shit to do right now. Let me see. All right, this is wife, y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? People get ready. All right, I'm about to show y'all his beautiful white queen. All right. All jokes aside, I'm about to show y'all. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? I'm going to hell today. Isn't she lovely? Uh, Files for divorce after 20 years, y'all. Yeah, that's what I almost thought CC Rose, but she's not. Mob wives actually look better than her. She just. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Exhibit's wife, Krista Joyner, files for divorce after a 20-year relationship. Can't keep the white queens happy either. Pimp My Ride star 46 has yet to issue a response to the filing divorce. I told y'all they had divorced. I know I saw it. We don't know if she wants spousal or child support. Oh, so they have a child together. Didn't know that. Couple has been dating since 2001 and tied the knot 2014. That girl is a real white queen. She like a mannequin in this picture. Maybe it's a bad picture. She may not. I don't like to talk about nobody wife. I don't know. I'll let y'all men do the talking. I don't want nobody in here saying Mocha's a hater. Mocha hating. Mocha hating. So I ain't gonna talk about this man wife. I'll let y'all do it. Can't keep the white queen happy but so long either. That's all I know. Even the white women getting tired. I don't know. The grass ain't always greener, wider. So at one time she wasn't a bad looking woman. I just think all that surgery. No, she wasn't pretty then either. Oh, and here's a little mixed children they have together. Oh, they do got pretty kids though. Okay, he has a hand. He got some handsome boys. Okay, he did get that much out the deal. Okay, he got nice looking kids. Oh well. Sometimes there ain't no grass. Sad thing about it, or he made her do it, but if it was a black man, you already know what would happen. It's just sad, man. And it go both ways. I say you got black women who don't went the other side. It ain't work out for them either. The grass ain't always wider. Just saying. It go both ways. Like my thing is, whoever you decide to date outside of your race, I don't have a problem with that. But for you to think that you are exempt from problems or you are exempt from issues because you decide to go the other way, that's just foolish thinking. That's just straight foolish thinking. Because again, everybody thinks swirling is the solution because you have had a couple of bad experiences with a black man or a black woman. You want to go the other way. You want to go the other side, only to get on that side and you find out it ain't all what you thought it was. But anyway, I done had my little fun. Yeah, Exhibit, he don't look bad. He just aged a little bit. He just aged a little bit. Everybody's aging so. Yep. So anyhow, y'all, it has definitely been pleasant. Ladies, I'm going to upload on the Mocha's Ladies Lounge tonight. I may even do a panel. It all depends. So, ladies, if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to my Mocha's Ladies Lounge. That's going to be my channel specifically for women. I'm going to be talking about marriage, talking about parenting, things that Black women, things that we need, that we can do to better ourselves, to improve ourselves, to make our lives a little easier, because we do have to support one another. But we don't need to be basically, giving each other more negative advice by doing all this Black man bashing and all bashing other Black women. But it's definitely going to be one of my channels in which we're going to uplift and build and empower us to do better and to strive for better. So if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to my Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Last but not least, for all of you who are currently paying $200 or more for cable, if you are a heavy cable watcher, you like Stars, you like Netflix, you like Hulu, you like all of these channels, and you're paying too much money, I have my own cable app, Expresso Streams. It's only $26 a month. For those of you who are interested, you just need an Amazon stick. I can connect your cable today. You will get 6,000 channels, your Stars, your HBO, your Cinemax. Only if you watch cable. A lot of people don't watch cable that much these days because we got YouTube and things of that nature, so I get it. I also have Children's Channel. I have free pay-per-view events. So whenever there's a pay-per-view event, you will automatically get it free. You will not be paying any extra money for it. I got all sports packages for my guys, my ESPN, my Red Zone, everything you can think of, my cable app has. I also have local news and international news channels for those of you who like to watch the news. So if you're interested, as long as you got an Amazon stick and high-speed internet, I can connect your cable today within 5 minutes if you email me at Cafe de Paris, at Cafe de Paris 79 at yahoo.com. Let me know you're interested in cable. I will hook you up, trying to save y'all some money. Paying these cable companies $200, $150 is ridiculous. They robbing y'all. So if you want some cable, just email me. Those of you who want to donate to my movement, you're more than welcome at Diamond Girl. Again, this message, this content has been brought to you by the No Fuckery Zone. Promoting knowledge, not garbage. Today's content, if it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply. Let it fly. I was not talking about all single mothers. I was not talking about all Black men. So if this message does not pertain to you, you don't have to get offended by the content that I discussed today, okay? If it doesn't pertain to you, don't take it personal. Again, ladies, subscribe to Mocha's Ladies Lounge if you haven't already. So anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to shut it down. It is your girl, your diva, in knowledge, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Take care. I'm out.